A husband knocked his wife unconscious and sealed her inside a large vacuum bag. Slowly, he pumped all the air out until she suffocated to death. He then placed her body inside a ventilated coffin and threw it into a deep pit. As if that wasn't enough, he called in dozens of cement trucks and filled the entire pit with concrete, making sure no one would ever uncover the truth. He did all of this for one reason: to start a new life with his lover, Xiaoshan. But the two went even further to cover up the crime. Xiaoshan disguised herself as the dead wife, copying her appearance so perfectly that no one would suspect the real woman was already dead. Meanwhile, the victim's mother suddenly received a notification that her daughter's flight had been canceled. Feeling that something was terribly wrong, she immediately made a video call. The young woman who answered tried to act naturally, but her mother noticed something strange. Her daughter had never behaved so affectionately in front of a camera. Her suspicion grew even stronger when she asked about the crescent-shaped necklace she had given her as a birthday gift. The woman replied she had taken it off before taking a shower. The moment the call ended, the mother became convinced that the woman on the screen was not her real daughter. She immediately called the police and reported her daughter had been murdered, claiming her body was hidden inside apartment 203. The police rushed to the apartment and searched every corner. They checked the closets, under the beds, the ceiling, and even the drains, but they found nothing. There wasn't a body, and there wasn't even a single drop of blood. The officers began to believe that the mother had suffered an emotional breakdown. Just then, the husband returned home with the woman pretending to be his wife. Together, they accused the mother of making false allegations because she couldn't accept their marriage, but the mother refused to give up. She requested that the police perform a luminol test, explaining that it could reveal traces of blood even after a crime scene had been cleaned. The officers searched the living room, the bedroom, and the bathroom using luminol, but every result came back negative. Just when everyone thought the mother had been mistaken, she spoke up once again. "You haven't checked the refrigerator." When the police opened the refrigerator, they were shocked to discover it was covered with bloodstains. The husband quickly claimed that the blood came from a chicken they had slaughtered the day before, and that they simply hadn't cleaned it yet. The police didn't believe him and immediately collected samples for DNA testing. A short time later, the results came back. It really was chicken blood. For a moment, it seemed as though every piece of evidence proved a husband was telling the truth. But the mother was still not finished. "My daughter has a small red birthmark on her lower back. She was born with it. If she's really my daughter, that birthmark will be there." In front of everyone, the young woman lifted her clothing. To everyone's astonishment, the birthmark was exactly where the mother had described. The police now became even more convinced that the mother was wrong. Still, she refused to surrender. As a final test, she asked the woman deeply personal questions: her favorite food, the one food she was allergic to, memories from childhood, incidents from high school, and even details about her favorite childhood toy. Without hesitation, the woman answered every single question perfectly. Then, to prove her identity beyond any doubt, she bought a fresh durian and a cup of durian milk tea and consumed them in front of everyone. Now, all the evidence seemed to point to one conclusion: she really was her daughter. The mother was devastated. She began questioning herself. Had she been wrong all along? Then, suddenly, she remembered something: a video. She looked at the officers and shouted, "Wait, watch that video first. Once you see it, you'll understand why I've been saying from the very beginning, she is not my real daughter." And hidden inside that video was the shocking truth that would expose the entire mystery.